Chapter 1. The number silence. In the entire history of warfare on this subcontinent, one general fought 41 battles. He lost 0. Not one defeat, not one retreat, not even a close call. His name was Bajirao. And if you have never heard that name spoken with the same respect as Alexander or Napoleon, that is not his failure. That is ours. Chapter 2. The Boy Who Watched Empires Burn. The year is 1700. The Mughal Empire, once the most powerful force on earth, is rotting from within. Aurangzeb is draining his own treasury, fighting a war in the Deccan that will last 27 years and accomplish nothing. But in the Maratha heartland, a boy is born. They name him Bajirao. From childhood, he rides with his father on military campaigns. He watches, he listens, he studies every battle, every mistake, every victory. By the time he is a teenager, he already thinks like a general. Chapter 3. 19 years old. Prime Minister. In 1720, Bajirao's father dies, and the Maratha king, Chhatrapati Shehu, shocks the entire court. He appoints the 19-year-old as the new Peshwa, Prime Minister of the Maratha Empire. The nobles objected. Senior ministers with grey beards and battle scars demanded answers. Shahu overruled them all, because he had seen something in Bajirao's eyes that no one else was ready to admit. A terrifying clarity about how the world worked. Bajirao stood before the king and said, "Let us strike the dying elephant. Let us march from the Deccan to Delhi. The north belongs to the Marathas, and I will take it." That was not the bravado of a young man. That was a plan. Chapter 4. The war machine before the battles. You need to understand how Bajirao fought, because his tactics did not just win wars. They redefined what war could look like. He was not a siege general. He did not dig trenches and wait. He was a lightning strike. His cavalry covered 60 to 70 kilometers in a single day, in an era when most armies moved 15 to 20. By the time enemy scouts reported his location, Bajirao was already somewhere else, always behind enemy lines, cutting supply routes, forcing reaction. He understood 3 things that his enemies never did. An army that cannot eat, cannot fight. An army that does not know where you are, cannot defend. And an army that is always reacting is already losing. Every enemy Bajirao ever faced spent the entire battle reacting. Chapter 5. The battle that changed India, 1737. Bajirao marches north, not slowly, not cautiously. He moves so fast that Mughal intelligence cannot track him. Reports arrive in Delhi. Bajirao is 500 kilometers away, then 300, then 100. Then he is at the gates of Delhi. March 28th, 1737. Maratha cavalry appears at the walls of the Mughal capital. The emperor shuts the gates and does not come out. Bajirao had ridden to Delhi, shown his flag at its walls, and ridden away. And no Mughal force on earth had stopped him. The message to every king, every Nawab, every ruler in India was clear. The Mughals cannot protect even their own capital. The age of Maratha power has begun. Chapter 6. The legacy in April 1740. Somewhere on the banks of the Narmada River, Bajirao Peshwa died. Not in battle, not by an enemy sword. A fever took the man that no army could stop. He was 39 years old, 41 battles, 0 defeats. In pure military terms, his record has no equal in Indian history, And yet, ask someone in London or New York to name a great general of the 1700s. They will say Frederick. They will say Napoleon. Bajirao, who was operating in the same era, at the same level, surpassing most of them, will not be named. This is what colonial history did to us. It erased the names that deserved to be remembered. But not anymore. His name was Bajirao Peshwa, and now you will never forget it. If this hit you the way it should, share it. Send it to someone who needs to know this name. The India Archives, because history belongs to all of us.